It really don't matter if Lil Kim is black or white like Michael Jackson, but to Shawn Puffy Combs it did matter more than anything in the world. When Biggie was alive, he looked at Kim as his equal, but psychologically, Kim was scarred when he married a less attractive Faith Evans. When Biggie was alive, Lil Kim never let anybody put a chainsaw to her face, but when she got involved with Puff, who have a strange obsession with his own mother, he convinced Kim to join the bandwagon with Misa and Mary J. Blige. And that's why, allegedly, Lil Kim is speaking out against Puffy for giving her extreme low self-esteem. First with bringing Faith Evans into the picture, which shattered Lil Kim's self-image, and then in recent years, he chose Nicki Minaj over Lil Kim, which made Kim feel like the only way she can compete is if she looked just like Nicki Minaj.
Shout out to Lil Kim. I think she's dope. I love her. I met with her, and we had a little talk, you know, where I told her, listen, I have nothing against you. If anything I ever said or did came across crazy, I just want to let you know that it wasn't meant to be that way. So shout out to Kim, but Nicki Minaj is not another Lil Kim. I'm not the new Lil Kim.
Nicki Minaj had no choice but to kiss Lil Kim's behind, especially knowing she's the reason why Lil Kim got all that plastic surgery. Puffy was her mentor, and he told her, if it ain't light, it ain't right. And the only way she can get right is if her leprechaun-looking ass looked just like Nicki Minaj. Those are allegedly the exact words that Puffy told to Kim. Even though Lil Kim took all of his advice, she still had spite and animosity towards Nicki Minaj.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's irritating to see her keep busting shots at me and not paying homage, and then you're going to bust shots at me. That's really irritating, yeah. But I love what he said when he said, yeah, I think Kim is more irritated with the fact that, you know, how the situation is going down, especially what Puffy is doing. Yeah, he's darn right about that. Puffy look crazy right now. You know what I mean? That's why I said in my Baltimore show, Puffy, you should be ashamed of yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to rock with anybody that hard, you should be rocking with me that hard.
This is 50.com.
If you're going to rock with anybody that hard. You know what I mean? And you can never make another Big and Kim. That's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. Like, what? You kidding me? It's never going to happen. Like, I don't get it. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, Puffy is Puffy. I mean, you know, it's all about what he can do, what he can give to people. That's it. Puffy it's all about himself a lot of times. Because he never really did nothing for me. I mean, when we were coming up, yeah, you know, we had to do things for each other. But, like, I judge by what happened afterwards. When I was locked up, and here's where Puffy should feel really bad. When I was locked up, Puffy never put a fucking $10 bill, a penny, a quarter in my fucking commissary. He never fucking wrote me a letter. He didn't try to come see me. None of that. I got people like Oprah. She wrote me 3 letters, right? She wrote me 3 letters and sent me 3 of her favorite books, which I love her to this day for that, because those books were so inspiring. And one of them, well, I'll tell you the name of the books later, but anyway, you know, Tyra Banks writing me. Mark Jacobs wrote me every freaking day. He told me everything that was going on from when he first woke up to the end of the night. What does it take just to say, let me make sure somebody who was a major part of my family is all right? You know, like when you locked up, the one major thing is that makes you feel like, damn, this person really loved me and is on my side, is that when they just take the time out to do one little thing. It's not even the big things that matter, because it ain't the money. I was straight in jail. I had too much money in my commissary. When I came home, they had to send my money back. It wasn't that. But, nigga, you could have fucking came to see me one time. You could have wrote me 1 letter. Even with the movie, they played the shit out of me with that movie. And I'm still rocking, even after they played the shit out of me with the movie.
There was some controversy. There's some controversy about that. What was your major issue with your portrayal in the movie?
Shit, what? My major issue was I didn't have an issue. you. I didn't have nothing. I didn't have a taste of.
This is FETISH.com.
The movie went into green light and all that shit without me even being able to pick who played me. I would have never picked Notori Norton, or whatever. What's her name? Notori Norton, whatever. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't want to fuck. She ain't got nothing to do with it. She's a nice girl. She's a sweet girl. I don't really know her that well, but she don't have nothing to do with it. But I would have never picked her to play me. You kidding me? I'm such a complex girl. I'm made up of a certain gangster that can't be copied from Brooklyn, and then I'm made up of a certain sexy sophisticatedness that cannot be duplicated. I'm a complex person. Like, I know that I have these different sides. And
the rumor is Lil Kim would have rather had Christina Milian play her in the movie, but out of spite, Puffy hired Notori Norton as a reminder to Lil Kim that she was never perfect. Faith Evans and Biggie got married less within a month of knowing each other. And the sad part is, Biggie been knowing Lil Kim all of his life. The guilt was eating him alive, and that's why he wrote all of her raps while Puffy was in the background mocking Lil Kim because of her beautiful Nubian features.
I'm not a fucking angry person all the fucking time. That shit didn't happen in the studio with me and Faith. Faith was the one that was mad all the time. Because I was the mistress, I guess, whatever, you know? And I used to try to, Big was the one who wanted our relationship, and this is real shit. He wanted our relationship to be more public. I was a young girl, so to be honest, I was messing, this guy was married, and at the end of the day, we were together first, so I guess it was being that, like, okay, we had our relationship first, I didn't really know how to deal with that. I was young, I'm not, like, if I could do it over, I wouldn't mess with a married man again, but I was young. So at the end of the day, like, she was more mad at the situation than I was.
Right.
And when I look back at it, damn, she was married to the dude, but he was fucking everybody. What the fuck? He was a piece of shit, and I love him, don't get me wrong. But he was a piece of shit sometimes, but that's my baby, I love him. But he could be what a man does. This is what men do, So, I mean, at the end of the day, like, all that shit in the movie, that shit wasn't Faith. No, that shit wasn't how it went down. She was the angry one all the time. And not only that, but she used to do a lot of real rap.
This is FETISH.com.
Like, whack shit, But the thing is I didn't have to say so in the movie. And I should have had all the say so in the world because they evolved the movie around me. Ms. Wild is talking about this movie. It's not about her. It's not about her. It's not about Christopher. It's not about her. It's about Christopher. The movie was about me. Y'all made that movie about me because y'all needed me in order to sensationalize the movie. Okay, I don't care no more. At the end of the day, they played me, and it was a struggle for me after that movie, people, you had some people who really thought that was me. You had some people who knew that wasn't me, but then you had some people who really thought that was me. And that was hard for me because I had to, and that's why I did Dancing with the Stars, to let them know there's so many sides to me. Oh yeah, when I'm in the hood, I'm going to conform because I know how to, because I'm a chameleon. You damn right I'm going to conform because I have to. Because I'm not going to let people in the hood think that, I don't know how to get down or I don't understand what they're talking about. I grew up there. But I also grew up in New Rochelle, in the suburban side, when I was young. So I know about that. I can't help who I am. This is who I am. I don't care what people think. But at the end of the day, I had to let them know I can still be graceful, Kim, and I can do the Dancing with the Stars thing because that's how I came up too. I went to Catholic school. I'm proud that I went to Catholic school. I love that I went to Catholic school because I know how to pull up.
Yo, see, I love a show. It's Power 105.1. Me and Kim in the building talk about the Notorious movie. Now, you just telling me that this is the first time I've ever heard you admit that you were the mistress.
Yeah, I mean, he was married. That's no secret, and
right.
That's not something I'm proud of. I was a baby. Like, people think, oh, Kim, I've been in this game so long, I'm so old. I'm really not. Like, when I came out, I was a teenager.
Right.
Like, I had to wait one more year till I turned 18 to sign my contract.
Really?
Yeah.
You were a baby.
Yeah, when I came in the industry, I was a teenager. But, my music was so mature, they were afraid to say that I was a teenager.
Before you met Big, were you already writing rhymes?
Yeah.
You was already rapping? Mm-hmm. How much influence on your style did Big have?
A whole lot. I was Big's biggest fan before he even got big. We used to go to block parties. right? Just know.
Justin's in the building with his aunt's brothers.
Yes, so I mean, you know, like we would really support him, like, you know, because me and Caesar's sister were best friends,
Right.
so I knew C's like since he was little.
Right, and knew Biggie since before the deal with Puff and before getting dropped from Uptown and before Bad Boy and before all of that. Was Junior Mafia always in the works for you guys? Was that always something that he was going to do?
Well, those was his little homies, you know, and so he just wanted to bring them. I mean, Big was just. He loved a family environment, so he just wanted to bring them up and have them doing something. He knew half of them couldn't rap, you know, whatever, but he was just like, I want them a part of our situation, and so he always had that kind of vision for that. So, you know.
Early on in your career, how much writing did you do of your own material early on?
Early on, I wrote mostly all of my stuff. Trust to tell you, That's why another part of the movie, they made it seem like I was a robot or a puppet. Like, what? I gets busy a lot of the time. a lot of the time, I used to write raps, and Big wouldn't even want to write it for me because he'd be like, "She could do it." I used to ask him, like when I used to get lazy, whatever. I used to be like, "I don't feel like finishing the 8 bars. Can you finish them for me?" He'd be like, "What? You stupid. If you don't get in that room and finish that daggone rap, I'm not doing it." And then I would go in, and that pushed me really because I'm really like a really dainty, like at 8, like if I was in the studio too long, I'm like, damn, I'm supposed to be shopping right now. Like I don't want to be, you know, like I'm serious. And he used to be like, what? You better go and finish that, you know, and then I'll go and finish it or whatever. But it's like, the Benjamins or me. Big wasn't even in New York for that.
Nicki Minaj dropped the record with Eminem. I didn't even talk to you. I don't think I talked to you yet.
Yeah.
That dropped. And then Kim dropped and had an answer. Your take on the whole situation, my brother?
Man, my take on the whole situation is that I love Kim. I love Little Kim. No matter what's going on, no matter what's being said, Kim is definitely has a responsibility for my success. You know what I'm saying? Me working with Nicki Minaj has nothing to do with going against Kim. When Kim works with other producers, when she raps with other artists, I'm not getting upset. It's not a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And hold on, let me get finished. I think that a lot of us that have been here for a long time, including yourself, Flex.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We have inspired a lot of people.
Yes.
We have motivated a lot of people. We have touched a lot of people in a certain way. We've been those cats that people have aspired to be. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't be around Nikki if I ever heard nothing ever negative said about Kim. You know what I'm saying? I never heard nothing like that. But then when it comes to just being an MC, that's when I gotta stand back. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they want to do things and be MCs, that's their business. I'm not with any negativity. I'm not with no beef. You know what I'm saying? And I love both of them. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, you know, right now, Nicki Minaj, you know, that's who my artist is. That's who I consult. That's who I do business with. I no longer do business with Kim on that level, but Kim will always have a special place in my heart. And it's like that. Kim is the queen. I mean, read in between the lines what you want it to be. It is what it is. Kim is the queen, and I love Kim. And Nicki's the queen in her own right. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly the way I feel about it. So don't twist my words. Don't make it no way it is or it ain't. That's what it is. And I think they should be doing records together, as a matter of fact, instead of, you know, doing anything that isn't showing unification. But yo, man, I can't preach to the choir. Everybody grown. I done been through my things, and everybody was like, yo, you went through your things. People got to go through their own things. And right now, it's that dirty money time. I spoke on that, and that's what it is. And it's a positive thing, and that's what it is. Be clear.
It's Hot 97, Funk Flex, Diddy, Dirty Money.
And I will never forget the times I had with Kim. And we can have some more times because I'm still here. Shout out to Little Kim. Shout out to Kim. What's up, Kim? Shout out to Kim. For real. And shout out to Nikki. Congratulations on those numbers, Nick. That's what's up. Let's go.
While they were bickering with each other over Nicki Minaj and the Notorious movie, Lil Kim failed to mention that Diddy was allegedly responsible for her multiple plastic surgeries. The rumor is he was giving her the money so she can be extra freaky for his freak-off parties. People in attendance at the party was waiting for her to do her dance allegedly because it was the signal for the ultimate freak-off sessions to begin immediately. Now it's the time in the video that you've all been waiting for. I'm going to share with you Lil Kim's life story, how she got in the game, her trials and tribulations, and there's only one man to blame for her pain.
The Diddy controversy has the internet in a rage, and Lil Kim is stepping forward with a bombshell revelation that could change all we knew about his oldest friendships. After years of silence, the Queen Bee is exposing how Diddy not only turned a blind eye to her suffering, but actively helped the notorious rapper, the Notorious B.I.G., abuse her. Kim is revealing the toxic, manipulative control Diddy had over her career and personal life, revealing how his actions went far beyond professional betrayal. From career sabotage to emotional neglect, she's speaking out on the darker side of Diddy's reign. But how deep does this betrayal go? Was Diddy complicit in Biggie's abuse? And how much of this story has been hidden from the public until now? Stay tuned as we dive into Lil Kim's shocking revelations about Diddy's role in her pain and the twisted actions that have haunted her for years. Lil Kim's tough childhood. Lil Kim's story was a constant struggle to reach the top, but one chapter has been kept in the shadows. Until now. The Queen of Hip-Hop is finally speaking out and exposing how her former mentor, P. Diddy, was deeply involved in the manipulation and abuse she faced during her explosive relationship with the Notorious B.I.G. Kim has accused Diddy of not only being involved in Biggie's murder, but also enabling her abuse all those years ago. Still, netizens can't help but wonder why she kept quiet all these years. And how did this even start? To understand better, we first need to see how closely the two were linked. Now, Lil Kim's childhood was far from easy. Born Kimberly Denise Jones in Brooklyn in 1974, she grew up in a chaotic environment, with her parents Linwood Jones and Ruby May, separating early on. Her father was a former military man and became violently aggressive towards her mother, leading to the two parting ways. Kim moved to New Rochelle, New York, with her mother and older brother following their divorce. Unfortunately, she struggled to live in the new, predominantly white neighborhood, and financial strains added to the tension. Eventually, Ruby May had no choice but to give Linwood custody of the kids. But when Kim's father remarried, their relationship became even more strained. Kim says her father became verbally abusive, and things escalated when she started dating boys at 13. The abuse turned violent, and Kim eventually left home at 14. In the years that followed, she struggled to find a stable home and would often stay with neighbors, friends, or sometimes even older men in exchange for favors. She started picking up at department stores and started running errands for drug dealers. All the while, Kim attended Sarah J. Hale Vocational High School and later Brooklyn College Academy. But with the way her situation had changed at home, her education naturally took a back seat. By the time she was 17, she had dropped out and met Christopher Wallace, aka the Notorious B.I.G., by chance on a street corner. After Kim rapped for him, he was instantly impressed, and that was the start of their toxic relationship. So, how does Diddy play into this? Well, Biggie was signed to Puffy's Bad Boy Records and was already on his way to superstardom when he signed Kim to his group, Junior Mafia. She became the only female member of the crew and began her rise in the music world. From Junior Mafia to hardcore debut. With Biggie leading the charge, Junior Mafia released a series of singles and dropped their debut album, Conspiracy, in 1995. The track Player's Anthem launched Lil Kim into the industry. Her vocal style was heavily influenced by Biggie, but with her own fierce spin. Add in some growls and attitude, and you got the unique sound of Lil Kim. Biggie was the mastermind behind her alter ego, urging her to adopt a provocative, in-your-face persona. Her style was all about blending raw appeal with hardcore rap. Voletta, Christopher Wallace's mother, told the Washington Post in 2000 that all you would hear Kim and Christopher repeat like a mantra was, "Sex sells, sex sells." This was more than just music. It was a cultural statement. In 1996, Lil Kim dropped her debut solo album, Hardcore, which was executive produced by Biggie. The album had the same bold, explicit flow fans had come to expect from her. It was more daring than other female rappers at the time, like MC Lyte or Queen Latifah, and critics couldn't get enough of it. Hardcore debuted at number 11 on the Billboard 200 and went double platinum, one of the boldest, most successful rap albums from a female artist at the time. But it wasn't just the music that got attention. Kim's image became as iconic as her lyrics. She underwent a drastic physical transformation: breast implants, platinum blonde wigs, and blue contact lenses. Vogue's Andre Leon Talley even dubbed her the Black Madonna. But on a deeper level, her new look was a reflection of unresolved childhood pain. Growing up, she'd been mocked by blonde, blue-eyed girls in her neighborhood, and now it seemed like she was challenging that ideal of beauty in a way that spoke to her insecurities. Kim herself once explained, "The girls that men dated when I was younger were light-skinned and tall. I'm short and brown-skinned. I've always wondered, how do I fit in?" She admitted that becoming Lil Kim helped her cope with those feelings, and the success of her image made her feel validated. But there were still moments when the past lingered. She struggled to manage her self-image when she entered the industry, but Biggie was always by her side to help her through it. Her relationship with Biggie Smalls. Biggie Smalls played a huge role in Lil Kim's rise to stardom, but their relationship was way more complicated than just business. At times, it even turned violent. He not only discovered her and helped her develop as an artist, but they too became close, very fast. Biggie knew talent when he saw it, and when he heard Lil Kim could rap, he had to see for himself. One day, while Kim was coming home from work, Biggie made her spit a freestyle, and it didn't take long for him to be blown away by her raw talent. He had never seen a female rapper with skills like hers. From that moment, Biggie knew she had star potential, and they formed a close bond that went way beyond music. Later on, Kim referred to Biggie as her friend, lover, my everything, and she was unwavering in her support of him. Biggie believed Kim would one day dominate the rap world, and she gave him the confidence to take risks and stand out in his career. But behind the scenes, Biggie wasn't just helping craft Kim's image. He was also in and out of her life romantically. Kim thought they were destined to be the next big power couple, like Sonny and Cher. But things quickly got complicated. Their on-again, off-again relationship took a messy turn when Biggie married Faith Evans in 1994, creating a love triangle that would only lead to heartbreak. Biggie and Faith's whirlwind romance led them to get married just a few weeks after meeting at a Bad Boy photo shoot. But while Big was publicly married to Faith, behind the scenes, he was still seeing Lil Kim, and she wasn't the only woman in his life. Lil Kim and Biggie's secret affair was a whirlwind that spanned 4 years, all while Biggie was married to Faith Evans. What's truly jaw-dropping is the fact that Kim even attended Biggie and Faith's wedding, all while still involved with him behind the scenes. As tensions grew, the drama reached its peak when Faith and Kim, both signed to Bad Boy Records, began crossing paths more frequently. Faith had no idea that Kim was more than just Biggie's protégé, assuming their connection was strictly professional, until one night changed everything. In her autobiography, Faith revealed the shocking moment when she walked into Biggie's hotel room and caught him in bed with another woman. Furious, Faith didn't even notice who the woman was at first. She yanked the covers back, dragged the woman out of bed, and started throwing hands. It wasn't until the woman's wig came off that Faith recognized the short-cropped hairstyle Kim was famous for. She paused for a second, took a closer look, and realized it was Lil Kim, completely naked, trying to cover herself. Biggie yelled for someone to get Kim out of the room so he could deal with the fallout, and Kim stormed out, screaming and cursing. From that moment on, it became clear to everyone that Big and Lil Kim's relationship wasn't just professional. But even after that explosive encounter, Biggie didn't end things with Kim. Their affair continued, and by 1996, while Kim was working on her debut album Hardcore, she found out she was pregnant with Biggie's child. Despite her deep feelings for him, Kim knew that having a child with a married man wasn't the life she wanted. In a 1999 interview with The Source, she explained, "I already knew the kind of relationship that Biggie and I had, and I knew that having a child was something that just was not possible." In the end, she decided to get an abortion, since she knew that having a child in such a difficult situation wouldn't be fair to either her or the unborn child.
Let me say this before I get out of here. Everything I said in this video is all allegations and speculations for entertainment purposes. Lil Kim got a dunk nowadays, and I don't want to get on her bad side. She was my nastiest crush ever since the 90s when I was a kid, and I still got nothing but love for her. But I figure, with all these rumors that's being made up about Diddy, people will be willing to believe anything. And I really believe that's a part of the problem. I'm not trying to make Lil Kim the pun of my jokes, but if you play this video over and over again and share it with a friend, a lot of this stuff that I said in this video is gonna start to make sense to y'all. Make sure y'all do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button too. I ain't got nothing but love for y'all. I'ma holla at y'all on the next video.